God, I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It's such a good movie. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. It's so good. Just the perfect adventure movie. So this first fight ends when you either take enough damage or do enough damage, and I found that one reflect right in the middle of all of them is going to get you where you need to go. So now we have to fight them or get hit enough times for it to end, which is weird. It's really weird that you can't just die in this fight. So a healthy mix of reflect and blizzard and reaction commands are going to get the job done. Yeah, oh, blizzard does so much damage. Blizzard is my favorite way to deal with these guys. It just lasts forever and they can't do anything. Easy peasy. There's Pete. What's up, Pete? Alright, round 2. Okay, so this fight's kind of boring. I'm going to talk about voice acting for a little bit, because I'm a super voice acting nerd. And obviously, they weren't going to be able to afford the cast from Pirates of the Caribbean for this movie. But they got a guy named James Arnold Taylor to do Jack. And he does a good job. He does Jack in some official Pirates of the Caribbean games, which is cool. And he was Yggdrasil in Tales of Symphonia, which is one of my favorite games of all time. So I'm a fan. I like James Arnold Taylor. And some of the other... it's really just incredible how they got like most of the original Disney cast for the voices in this game. Some of them just unbelievable that they got them. And somehow they got James Woods to do Hades, which is amazing. He hasn't really done anything in the last decade though, so he's probably not you know, screening his calls or anything. But and the main three are kind of like Haley Joel, David Gallagher, kind of famous, but not really. Hayden Panettiere is more of a big deal, but she only has like 3 lines in this game. And Jesse McCartney was like a Disney star at the time, so he's probably kind of shoehorned into this, I think. What's really amazing is that they got the god legend himself, Christopher Lee, in here to do Ansem the Wise. How the fuck did they get him for this game? That is so amazing. May he rest in peace. The god himself. I love Christopher Lee. And there was one, I would have bet my soul that they had Danny DeVito in this game, but it's not him. It's his voice double doing Phil. I couldn't believe it. I would have sworn it was him. So, putting that aside, this is something I didn't know when I played Final Mix 2 originally, because I can't read Japanese. You can just skip all of those fights on the boat by walking into the hold. Fight's over, and it's weird. You have to go talk to him again to get to where you need to go, but that time you don't have to fight. So that's cool. I wish I had known that when I played Final Mix 2 originally. So we need to survive these guys for a minute. And again, a healthy mix of reflect, reaction commands, blizzard. Trinity, I guess, was just for kicks. Oh, because I was gonna drive into wisdom form, so I figured I might as well use a Trinity. But it doesn't do anything if you don't have them in the moonlight, which is really annoying. So that was completely pointless. But it did waste 15 seconds. We're here to waste time. And so I ended up getting anti-form. And I was like, well, I have a newfound love for anti-form after that Zexion fight, right? So I figured I might as well give it a try. And so I just run around in a circle because you're so fast. There was nothing they could do. I'm gonna fast forward through this, but I just thought it was hilarious that I just ran circles around these guys in anti-form. Alright, so that's the end of that. We have to go back to Port Royal now, but we're going to have some trouble along the way. We're getting boarded again, but we can just go into the hold like we found out before. It's weird. If you leave the world right here, you'll have to get boarded again. So it's not like the game knows the ship is in Port Royal, but if you go talk to Will, it thinks you are and you don't get boarded again. It's weird. I'm not sure exactly the mechanism of that works, but I know that you can skip those fights. That's all I need to know. So this part can be pretty annoying. But this highlights what I love about Port Royal in this game, is that it teaches you to use your damn magic. Because most people come into this game, they start to finish, they just mash X, right? Mash X, use Cure when you get low, and that's how they beat Kingdom Hearts 2. This map is teaching you that magic is good. Magic can help. And so you get all these unique interactions with your magic here. And I just think that's so cool. And what's really cool is that it gives you a really good reason to use Wisdom Form, right? Because your gun is amazing here. Because you don't want to get close to those guys. They will beat the crap out of you if you get close. So we just use our Wisdom Form gun from long range, and it's actually super useful. Makes me really happy to find a good use for Wisdom Form. It's a lot of fun skating around. I think everybody loves Wisdom Form. Yeah, so we're doing a combination of Blizzard, Thunder when they're grouped up, because like Thunder will move from one person to another if somebody with the Thunder debuff touches one of the other ones. So when they're grouped up, I try to use Thunder, and when they're on their own, I use Blizzard. I'm just, you know, trying to keep my distance from these guys, because they can attack you extremely fast without giving you the reaction command. So I don't want to be near these guys. Pop out a Reflect to finish him off. Throw out a Blizzard. We still got a few more to deal with. Man, this fight takes a long time. And I don't know why they put the cannons there. Like, I love that they did, because it gives you the fantasy satisfaction of firing a cannon at the broadsides of an enemy pirate ship. But it doesn't do anything as far as I know. It's just kind of there to be cool, which it is. It is cool. I'm glad it's there. Yeah, so I like to just attack them from over this bridge, because they're not smart enough to go up the stairs for some reason. Watch out for that cannon fire. That was brave. Like, I just jumped on top of that bomb. Get that guy off my back. Kind of sneak in some hits without going up there. Come on, Donald. Do some damage. Alright, and this guy's still stunned. Alright, we got it now. That one's rough. That one takes some patience. But Wisdom Form is a great answer to it. I love Sora's reaction to fighting an enemy pirate ship. He's just so innocent sometimes. I'm gonna load up our ethers again. This part, I don't know. There's a bit of luck involved on whether or not they decide to hit you. And I tried to Trinity limit to kill them right away, but I forgot that I didn't have Goofy. So it still worked out. But they respawn right away. So I tried to get rid of these while my teammates were keeping them distracted. This is kind of just lucky. You have to play this a lot slower if you want to be safe. But it's really quick, so you might as well just roll the dice and get it over with. That's impossible that I didn't get hit there. Again, I don't know how I got through that without getting hit. But there you go. So I did a first visit fight with Larxene on my channel earlier, so I'm just going to splice that in here because I do not want to do that again. So here's the footage from that. Here's the fight for real. No more jokes. I'm not screwing around anymore. This is the real deal. You can just block that first attack, no problem. You can block everything she does here as long as you have your back against the wall and you're facing towards the middle. That way your guard blocks like everything that she can attack from. What you need to do is land a finisher when the other clone isn't doing anything, and then if the other clone isn't doing anything and you finish the combo, you'll get that reaction command and put them back together. I tried 20 different ways of dealing damage here. Turns out the best thing to do is just 2 quick ground combos into a Reflect on that lightning, because you need the short ground combo to land that finisher as fast as possible to get the reaction command earlier. And now we're guarding again. See, she can only come from the front because we have our back to the wall, and so you can just guard this entire thing. We see that she's not really doing anything, but Sora screwed up with the slide dash. Yep, see the other one's going to disappear, so there's no point trying to get the combo. Okay, Cartwheel tells me she's vulnerable. We get the reaction command, put them back together. It's like, I thought of a lot of different ways of making this video, because there's so much going on, and there's so much to say. But hopefully you can follow this. So we're doing the same thing here. We just passed, we've got 2 empty bars of health now, so that means she's in phase 2. As soon as she splits apart again, she's going to start doing new attacks. This is all the same as before. And she still does her lightning, which you can reflect, and you block again. So now that she's in phase 2, they're both going to disappear at the same time. When on that attack, you count to 1 and then guard. Here, 1, 2, guard. Both disappear, 1, guard. And okay, so that's done. Here, it's really, really hard to get the reaction command in phase 2, so just reflect twice to deal damage. And make sure you're using ethers when you need to. 1, guard. Ether, both disappear. 1, 2, guard. It's extremely stressful to have to like wait and count and then guard. It's the worst. And so on this DM, you can just guard, reflect twice when she swoops in. Don't guard earlier than that, and then you get a combo. So it's the same as before, 2 combos. And she can lightning here, but she usually doesn't. I mean the jump lightning. Okay, so we're back. We're still in phase 2. Reflect twice. When she gets staggered on the reflect, that means she's usually going to go into this move. So look for that stagger, otherwise you're going to have to reflect again. 1, 2, guard. It's so stressful. Both disappear, 1, guard. And the DM. Okay, so you guard and reflect twice. And again, having your back to the wall is critical because she can only come from the front, and then your guard covers the entire area she can come from. See, there she did the jump lightning. I don't know why. She only does it at the beginning and the end. She doesn't do it in the middle. But you gotta be ready for it here at the end, or you'll die to it 100 times like I did. This is her second DM. It's really difficult to deal with this without air dodge or glide. So you sort of start on the left and then run across as soon as she stops yelling, reflect 3 times, and then you're okay. You could have finishing plus and reflect the 4th time, but I'm really stingy with my MP because I just am terrified of running out at the very end. Here, we're in phase 3 now. You can guard this whole thing, guard twice, reflect, and make sure you stagger both of them the same, because if they get desynced, you're going to be fucked. So you want to keep them synchronized, make sure that air combo is not supposed to happen, but it worked out. She might jump lightning here, okay, she doesn't. And so this thing again, we get on her left side, run across to the right when she stops yelling, 2 lightning strikes, then reflect 3 times. You just barely make it. Guard, that'll always happen after that move. Guard, guard, reflect. Okay, they're still synchronized. Disappear, guard, guard, reflect. Oh, fuck. It's so insane. I spent at least 8 hours on this fight. You know, I did this at least 100 times. It's absolutely insane. I hope I never have to do this again. Alright, the Barbossa fight is super easy. This is one of the ones where I actually discovered the speedrunning strat, like, on my own, and just did it because I thought it was good. And then, you know, later I found out, oh, this is how the speedrunners do it. So you want to take out that guy real quick so you can see. And Blizzard completely shuts down Barbossa. The fight's over at this point. You just need to get him into this corner. And honestly, I have no idea how this fight works. I have no idea what Barbossa's moves are. I just do this every time. And I would learn it. I would do it like the fun way and just not use magic. But Jack can't die. If Jack gets incapacitated in this fight, you lose. And at level 1, that's just not fun. That's just a pain. That's like, you know, trying to keep Ping alive back in the cave in Land of Dragons. So I don't feel like doing that, so I just get this over with. But, you know, Vim and Vigor's playing. It's a pirate duel. It's so cool. It should be a lot of fun, and casually it is. But on this run, you can't count on Jack staying alive. So I do it this way. 2 combos. Wait for him to unfreeze, then freeze him again. Easy peasy. Free win. I think I did this on my first try. Man, Jack does nothing. I still love you, Jack. It's okay. And there's a cute scene at the end of this where everyone compares Sora and Jack. It's kind of funny. I didn't include it, but I wanted to mention it because I enjoyed it. You get Follow the Wind, which sucks, except for that one Mushroom 13 fight. And that's the end of Port Royal first visit. We're going to Christmas Town next time. Here's all my stats, level 1, abilities, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. Thanks for watching.
Drink up, me hearty yo-ho.